Well, here we are.
Some paper airplane. I forgot about the paper airplane. It's just like
Ada.
the laziest freaking flight ever.
Really, Ada?
Just there to make sure that you make real good sure that you know where you need to go.
I know, it's just so Resident Evil 4.
The head fake.
Oh god. I ate a lot of pizza today.
I had a lot of pizza today, and just trying to watch that head.
It's dead. I know cool guys always happy when those things die because they look like spiders and fuck spiders.
I tell you what, there is no spider in existence that looks quite as terrifying as that. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like maybe if like spiders had more webbing, yeah, they'd be that freaky. But the webbing really is what makes them like look kind of horrifying.
Yeah, I will say like there was one.
At least you don't get poisoned in this game.
The one exception to all of that was the.
Well, rip those guys.
Jesus Christ! Well, rip the first guy. The other guy became out. The one time I've ever been scared of a spider,
you need to stop saying
though,
that because it's not
this
true.
one time I was getting ready for bed, and I was walking over, and I saw something out of the corner of my eye near like the molding, and I looked down at it.
Where the fuck did he come from?
He dashed right in, didn't he?
And it was a black widow. There was a fucking black widow in my goddamn room. It's the only time I've ever been scared of a spider.
Did you get the blowtorch? Well, yeah, because they have a deadly toxin that they could bite you with.
Just saying, you know, I mean, that's what got me there. I love how those guys were waiting to charge.
They're all wearing bulletproof helmets, so fuck them. They need to die immediately.
Well, they certainly did. Mission accomplished. We can all go home now.
That's what we're trying to do.
But it's not over yet.
You know what the Resident Evil 8 opening is going to be? Wesker standing on a cliff and all the heroes below him. And he calls out and everybody looks over like, huh? And he's like, it's not over yet, as he puts on his glasses. To be continued.
That's the beginning of the game is basically to be continued. Did their budget run out that bad? That's going to be like a 5-minute demo.
I knew you'd be fine if you landed on your butt.
Oh! Leon.
That was surprisingly witty.
Savage.
Let's go.
It's like, oh shit.
You know, if she landed any further to the right, she would have just impaled herself and died.
Well, then we just would have had to reload.
I was trying to get a glitch to happen here where she walks to the right of Leon and is pushing the box telepathically. It did not happen.
Sad times.
Letting us down.
Had to keep going because that thing's behind me.
Does it have no weak spots?
No, it's
the Iron Maiden.
It's fine.
No, it's got plenty of weak spots. There's no urgency whatsoever.
Yeah, he could have stopped and handled that at any time.
Wow. I feel lied to.
Yeah, but it's the thought of him being right behind me, and I got to do this first because necessity.
Because you're a little bit OCD. We got it. We got that loud and clear through the rest of this Let's Play.
Yeah, so the thing that was bothering me before when they said it was like it has leech-like things inside of its body, but that was clearly on the outside, so I don't know what the fuck anyway. This game is silly.
It's just underneath the dermis, man. It's a dermis.
It doesn't even look like that. When you pull it, you can actually just see them on the outside wiggling. So I don't know, this game.
They both drop 20k, which is nice. You don't get a lot of money at this point in the game, but at least what does drop is in sizable quantity.
Yeah, well, ain't much of a rich area. I'm still assuming it's a prison. I'm still assuming it's like a prison/labor camp.
Upcoming is the hardest room in the game. Easily the hardest room.
Oh yeah, now I remember this area. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's not these two guys. It's not these guys. No.
The hardest room in the game is where they ask you what the hardest room in the game is. You got to guess correctly.
Who's they?
No, just they.
Wait.
God damn it!
You just go into the next room. It's a fucking Banjo-Kazooie.
There should be like a long groaning sigh every time something like that happens. We're ready. We're primed for suplex and just dies.
Oh no.
And then Darude starts up.
Ah,
Maybe
this
that
room.
is.
The Sandstorm. Sandstorm is by Darude.
If I've never heard of it, it's probably not worth knowing about.
Keep telling yourself that, my guy.
Oh, jeez.
It's the RE5 Mercenaries theme.
Yes, I got that.
I needed to tap.
You needed to tap the. You needed to tap the core badassness of this area to get you through it because you have Lady Chad behind you.
I needed to tap into my hundreds of hours of Mercenaries play to get through it. It's all about control.
It's fun watching you play Mercenaries.
You know, it has just occurred to me how much Ashley resembles Chad from the new Friday the 13th game.
You're only saying that because of the sweater around her neck.
Thanks, Chadley.
I mean, it's the like the slightly shitty blonde hair. It's the sweater over the shoulders look. And there's more similarities than I care to think about.
There is a heightened parasite chance in this room, just to drive home. I mean, we didn't really go over, but they spawn like all of those motherfuckers as soon as you walk in, and you have no chance for it. So you have to know it's coming and get a grenade
You have no
primed, or you're
chance to
fucked.
survive, make
Or a
it
shotgun. Or a shotgun works. I mean,
It is nice that you can just set Ashley on smashing routine.
well, even if I couldn't, I would drive the train and shoot, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm Leon. That's why. Leon does everything. He jumps on the backs of giants and knifes the gooey thing.
So what you're saying is that he's not Leon S. Kennedy, he's Leon S. Ramirez.
Do everything.
Do everything.
Is that a Catch-22 reference, by the way?
No,
'Cause
no.
I know you
that's
like references.
That's Call of Duty.
Okay. I don't know Ramirez. I didn't play Call of Duty.
It's
Ramirez, get on the Hydra's back. Remember to use smokes.
Ramirez, Dodongo dislikes smoke.
No. You're forgetting one thing. Ramirez, you need to remember that wolves travel in packs. I almost missed right there. My hands were actually shaking a bit. It gets... I can't convey this in gameplay very well, but it does get intense sometimes.
Well, it does, because, like, particularly this portion of the game is very reactive. It's not like you can just say, okay, you know, I've memorized this pattern, and now I know that these guys are coming from this angle, and this guy is coming from that angle. There are increased parasite chances. You have no idea when somebody's going to parasite. You have no idea of the spawn pattern. And you don't even have any idea if they're going to spawn as head or what.
The more you say those words, the more censor beeps are on this video, so think about the audience before you do that again.
I'm enjoying...
That is one threat that is not empty this time.
I am just telling you, man. Like I was being completely serious and sincere. You're going to be taking away the.
You keep spinning things in the inventory. He's gonna keep calling them those names. That's all we're saying here, man. You are a part of this.
I am going to say one thing. We are ending this on a high note.
So
This is the last
what?
one.
You're breaking out the weed inhalers? Okay, that was a pretty high note.
Dodge the slash, running for a near miss on the suplex.
You did it. You won the video game.
Press.
Are you ready to be ready to be scared? It can open. It can pull levers.
Oh my god! It's almost like it was a man once.
It also goes to show that when you give Ashley a command, it alerts enemies around you.
I remember that was like the first time I played the game. I found out that was one of the best ways to trigger a Gyarados, is if you leave Ashley in the back and you just like you tap the wait follow thing. You just go like wait follow, or follow wait, and the Gyarados will respond to that.
Regenerators like dog food.
Now canon.
You gotta be kibbling me.
Okay, I'll get behind that joke.
Nice RimWorld reference. You know what? Speaking of RimWorld, I have two things that I want to just reference from Jade's happy fun times that I've
Oh,
witnessed.
good.
What? You know how there's negative moodlets for just about every inconceivable bullshit out there,
And
like
most of
eating
them-
without a table?
Most of them are about as bad as one another. So if you have,
Is there one for inventory management?
there's
Actually,
one for
yes,
me.
but we'll get to that. So he has a prison, and he keeps food in there so people fucking eat and not die because reason. So somebody ate food right next to a table, and then immediately got the negative moodlet of eating without a table.
Right.
It's just rimworld.text right
And
there.
if you the obnoxious thing is that all of these moodlets are balanced in such a way that that if you have like 2 or 3 minor annoyance moodlets like that, it's exactly as bad as like seeing your mother die.
Or, wearing dead man's apparel, because that really needed to be something they added. Jesus Christ.
That one's obnoxious. I understand why he did it from a balanced perspective, but
I don't even know what what is it balancing? I am very curious.
Up until he added that moodlet, there was not much of an incentive to craft your own stuff, because you could hide behind turrets and get pretty much anything you wanted from dead raiders, right? So you could have like an entire selection of assault rifles and bulletproof vests just from the crap that they spawned at you. And then all of the...
Oh, so they were just getting the armor from... It wasn't necessarily just about clothes, it was just getting armor that
well,
they should
yeah,
be
I
crafting
mean,
otherwise.
clothing was also part of it, because clothing is expensive. It's an expensive crafted good. The other thing that the Dead Man's thing does is reduces the sell value by like 75% or something like that.
Oh my god.
So
yeah, I guess you can't clean the blood out.
Did it,
right,
guys.
so you can't get absurdly rich just by killing a whole bunch of raiders, basically. So I understand why it was done, but by the same token, it's still really obnoxious, and you should be
Especially since they seek that stuff out and put it on anyway, unless you do a lot of micromanaging.
Yeah, you need to do some micromanagement to make sure people don't do
What was
that crap.
there was another thing that really annoyed me. That there was one thing that just added a lot of extra clip. I think
How
it
much
was
time do you have? I'm sure you can find... Okay.
There was a lot-
good
Well, we got
one,
plenty of
Ashley.
time because Ashley is driving the Big Earth movie thingy, and all we
Ashley
do
is
is stand
driving.
around on
I
it.
think it was just the Dead Man's Apparel that I have a lot of problem with, because it's so much extra clicks for dumb reason, because it's just extra micromanaging.
Yeah, the other
That should
part,
be
the other
automated.
part to it is that you should be, well, you should also just be able to render down the clothes and so forth, for the raw material that you can actually do something reasonable with. That's really the solution there. It's not. It doesn't appear to be part of Tynan's.
That was a good shotgunning.
Oh my god.
Tynan's immediate. What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, neither is Hand Me That Brick, so it's gonna be a while.
No. Hand Me That Brick is one of those things that really ought to be in the game. So, for those of you who have not played RimWorld, obviously one of the primary things you do is construct things. By default, the people who are actually building the wall, table, whatever, have to move the wood, stone, etc. to the work site before they can begin building. And anybody who has tried to build anything in their lives knows that this is absolutely damn absurd. You get the less skilled people to shift the materials so the skilled builder can focus on what they're good at. And
Yeah, it also means that before he gets there, he'll have materials to work with as is.
right, so
I mean, it expedites the process in a simple and very sophisticated
the
way.
mod Hand Me That Brick, the only thing it changes is that it makes those hauling jobs into a job for haulers. So unskilled haulers can just be like, okay, I'm gonna get this brick.
I also remember like one time he had a robot mod, and the robot started doing drugs.
Yeah, that was good.
If I
And
was
they
a
vomited.
if I was a robot, I would definitely try and do as many drugs as possible.
It's a little bit like being
He has pictures of his Roombas smoking the joints and drinking and then vomiting.
You see, but the thing is a Roomba could vomit because it does actually suck things up.
It does. I have a.
Then it cleans it up.
It can vomit. I've seen it happen.
That's functionally beautiful, actually. That's great.
RimWorld is a very emergent game. It is the very embodiment of emergent gameplay, and for all the wrong and all the right reasons. Ashley is actually in serious danger of getting clocked right here, so you got to be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm.
If they hit her, she dies instantly. I'm just saying, even with more health, she will die instantly.
Yeah, they ain't messing around.
Yep, I mean, they're just gonna smack her in the back of the head and she's out.
Yeah.
And
Shit hurts you.
See, that's actually a legitimate call for help, because if you're running along and be like, oh, she needs help, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
No, it's
legitimate.
It's a
Unlike,
sound
like,
you've
99%
learned to ignore, and then the game untrains you. By making it
Whoa, I move like they do.
Seriously, that was the luckiest dodge.
Very nice.
You
He's
were
like, Leon, that was pretty
keeping
cool.
That TMP fed.
Yeah, just like in that the lava pit room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's part of what made it a little bit more tense, because like, I was actually paying attention to my ammo count for once. Where did that guy come from? Well, they're all dead, so fuck them. They're all dead.
Honestly, I was surprised you were so quick to turn away from him. I would not have trusted that guy was down for the count.
He dropped in. You're thinking of someone who dropped, like that last guy I killed, he dropped in when I turned away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Would not shock me.
You will give me a can of first aid spray. You will give me a can of first aid spray. I'm whispering
And
sorry,
speaking of Friday the 13th, I can't look at those first aid sprays without thinking of the time that
they do exist in real life.
They do exist in real life. They don't aid clotting in the way that that they would make you think, though. Like I have basically a disinfectant and.
Do you have one?
Yeah, in my first aid kit.
Like what do you use them for exactly? What, just cuts?
Yeah, they're disinfectants. And they help the clotting process a little. They're I mean, by cleaning the wound and providing some low-grade adhesive, but it's by.
Did you see that flail bounce
Yes,
up?
I did. I thought my eyes were tricking me for a second there. I'm
honestly,
glad you pointed that out.
I did too. I was like, what the?
Why'd you pause?
Because I'm pretty sure everybody understood that I was thinking what the fuck without me actually saying the word fuck.
He senses himself.
Way to self-censor. That's my job.
Sure, whatever. Anyway, I just remember that one. There was this. Shut up!
That was in reference to Ashley.
I know.
But the timing was still incredible.
I do like how I'm gonna start using his groans and his shut up. Well, this is the last Ashley escort. In fact,
and Ashley just fucking wrecks everything. Good God.
Okay, that was not her fault, to be fair.
No.
Oh, I meant in a good way. I meant she wrecked everything in a good way. That was cool.
Hey, I did the... Okay, no, that was my job then. I shot the truck. That was all me.
Sure, man, whatever.
You didn't destroy the wall, though.
I could have if I wanted to.
Like, trying...
Swigs whiskey.
Are you trying to take, like,
really
Ashley's
hard.
one cool moment? My God. This guy over here.
I say that... I swig a bottle of whiskey as I say that.
I want to see you, like, swig a bottle of whiskey. I'm not sure you can do it without choking.
Open.
I bet I could. I'll bet you $50 I could.
Okay.
Smoke him.
Got a selection of what are you?
Still nothing to buy, because reasons.
Green Stone of Judgment.
They probably aren't expecting
Redstone
you to
of
have a
faith,
tremendous
bluestone
amount
of
of money
treason.
at this point, so they don't exactly try to...
Well, yeah, they're a bit.
Yeah, you've got everything's on... You don't get armor on professional difficulty, by the way.
Can feel them.
That's where you could buy the tactical armor.
Ever so strongly
Tactical.
inside you. Sadler!
What exactly was your plan here, Leon? You're just going to charge him and then just like.
But you cannot disobey.
Talk to the hand.
Now, come to me, Ashley.
Oh no, Ashley's let her second personality, Chadsley, take over.
Ashley!
You had that the whole time?
He has Batman's belt, but only when he remembers to use
Seriously, like, why did you not toss that on her back, like, the moment you met her? Just like, hey, how you doing, kid? It's good to meet
Or
you.
slip it in, like, a bag or something.
Seriously. Like, it took you this long? Why?
It's already begun.
That line makes no sense.
It's already begun.
905!
5, you're closing in on this, man.
Next time on Resident Evil 4, a chair.
Krauser.
A chair.
Cruzzer.
We fight the Cruzid.